we are going to be spending the next week cruising around the Greek islands on a yacht.
We are going to be going to Paxos, Anti-Paxos. We're starting off in Corfu, I probably should mention that.
That's true, that's where we are right now. We've just got to the marina.
And we are going with a company called Med Experience, which is the sister company to Sail Croatia, which we did last year.
Yeah, so we did the Explorer cruise on Sail Croatia last year, which is a very different experience. This is like a much smaller yacht. There's only 8 people on board. It can get into some of the smaller places, and it's like a little bit more of a more relaxed kind of setting, I think. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be some of the places that we're going, we've heard about for years now as being like gems that you really have to get to but are hard to get to.
Hard to get to, yeah.
So the first thing we need to do though before we jump on board is buy some provisions, which is kind of just a fancy word of saying...
I was just going to say that's just code for beer. It's just food basically, food and drink for the next little while. First time walking on. I've not got very good balance. Welcome to our home for the next 7 nights. This yacht has 4 cabins. There's 2 up this way and also a toilet and a bathroom.
There's two bathrooms as well.
Oh, sorry, 2 bathrooms.
2 toilets, yeah.
This is like the main sort of living area. Is that what you call it on a boat?
Sure, it's our lounge.
It's a lounge. Then we have kitchen over here. And then behind Danger is another 2 cabins and toilet. Then up we have what do you call that? I need to learn my yacht terms. It's basically just an area for chilling and maybe eating outside.
So the real magic though, we've got a fridge here, we've got some eggs, some hydration, we've got some water, a load of beers. That's just because we're stocking up for night 1. We'll do more shopping later as everybody else grabs theirs. And we've got, it's like a stove and everything. So we've got the kettle, we've got coffee and everything already prepared for us because we do get breakfast. Coffee maker there. And what's this? Oh, we've got a sink and everything as well for cleaning up. Some dishwashing liquid. And then I think there's also another fridge down here too. A little bit tight in the second bathroom, but there's actually a shower here. There's a seat as well while you're in the shower. Shower there. Well, there's a nice cool breeze coming through this way. We're still in the marina, we haven't left yet, so it's easy to look at. And then this is the bathroom, the toilet. So it's just like a pump mechanism where you have to sort of like...
This is our cabin. It is a yacht, so the rooms are, well the cabins are a little bit small, but we'll do. We do travel with our whole lives, so
we've got more than most.
We've got more than most, but I'm actually surprised at the amount of storage. I can't actually open. I was going to show you, but I can't open it right now. But I think we'll survive.
It's a big bed though.
It's a nice big bed. It kind of goes. I don't know if you can see. It goes in and under.
Yeah.
Just have to remember in the morning not to wake up and
Good
sit
point.
up too quickly.
Good point. Say that it's hot would be the biggest understatement ever. You're standing in the shade, you look like dark because you're back there.
I think it's 35 degrees.
I think it's more than that, honestly.
Feels
my
like
body's
45.
telling me. So there's four yachts that are all on this Med Experience. Sail Greece is the name of like our itinerary.
Yeah.
Because of the weather, we have literally rotated the entire itinerary and we're going in the reverse. So our first stop is actually in the Corfu Old Town, which we have been to. So we're not going to film too much once we go inside, but we thought this would be a good chance now to show you the outside.
Yes.
Like show our little our hangout area.
Our hangout spot. So this is where all 8 of us, plus our skipper Alex, are going to be hanging out for most of the time, I think. We all fit quite comfortably here. We've already had a couple of cheeky beersies. Yeah, there's just like bench seating on either side, 2 steering wheels, and then yeah, this is pretty much where we'll be living for the next 8 days.
last night, sleeping on the boat for the first night was probably the hottest night's sleep we have ever had.
In our entire lives.
I think it was because we got on yesterday and all the windows and everything were closed because we hadn't really boarded or anything, and then it is just literally the peak of summer and it was just so toasty in there.
It was like a sauna.
But now that we've started moving this morning, it's so much nicer to cool down. We've got like a fresh breeze and it's still warm, but this is so much nicer.
So much better. We've been sailing for I think about 2 hours now. Just in the distance we can see the edge of Corfu. We're heading towards Laka, which is on Paxos, but we've just anchored up with the 3 other Med experienced boats, and this swim stop is maybe an hour.
It is such a relaxing way to travel though. Everyone has just been hanging out and I don't know, it's just so chill and so calming. And so we're not even sailing actually, we're like motoring, so it's good. We're not rocking too much. It's nice and easy.
Nice and calm. I think it's good for us as well because we're always so fast paced that it's kind of nice for us to just slow, and it's forcing us to think about like, oh, should I read a book? Should I do something like relaxing?
It's true. Everyone's just existing and just listening to music. Everyone's got books out and stuff. I'm really enjoying this. It's going to be like a very calm week. It's actually the water is so strange. It is like pockets of cold and then pockets of being really, really hot. And I don't really know why and why it's different here compared to where else we've been swimming. But this is actually the Ionian Sea, which is the first time I think. Is that right? Is this the first time we've swum in this sea?
No, we did when we were in Ravenna.
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean on this trip.
Oh yeah.
Because like Mykonos and the other islands around Greece are a completely different sea altogether.
Yeah, your feet must be cooking.
Did you get me almost falling off the plank?
So we've all just come into port. We were actually supposed to be at anchor today, so we're stoked that we can literally you can probably see just back there's our 4 boats, and we were able to just literally walk off the yacht onto the dock, which was a nice surprise.
It was. We started in Corfu and we headed south for a couple of hours to the island of Paxos. And we're currently in the north in a place called Laka. And
Almost sounds South African, like
it
Laka,
kind of
bro.
does, yeah. And I guess the top things to do here are to eat and drink, which we're really good at both of those.
It seems like it's quite small, like a quaint little place. There's really not much going on. In fact, if I turn around real quick here, I think that pretty much sums it up. You've just come to Laka with us.
All of Laka.
So this is one of the more chilled, like low-key spots. There's a few others that are a little bit more about partying or more about the history or the inner cities and walking around and seeing some of the culture and everything. Whereas this is just like a nice, chilled port that we can sort of hang out and relax. We really have got nothing but love for the Greek food and wine. Well, not so much wine, the rosé.
They know what's up. We just ordered the meze and it had feta and
Cucumber and tomato and
all of the things that we love. It's just like so refreshing on a hot day to have a cold glass of rosé and a meze.
It's fun because as well we're hanging out because we're on the small yacht. There's only 8 of us, so there's sort of essentially 4 groups of 2, and we're all hanging out together, which is nice. Like there are the other 3 yachts as well, and they're sort of doing their own thing at our swim spots. We all sort of hang out together, but we're literally just all hanging out. I feel like we've inherited a group of friends on pretty much day 1, like it's day 2 today, but almost instantly inherited a group of friends that we get to wander around and explore with, although there's just not much wandering around or exploring. It's very small, this port that we're in. You can see behind us, like we're walking through very almost residential at the moment areas because we're just sort of trying to find something other than that, that marina area, and there's a small beach that we could go to as well, but we've already done a lot of swimming today. It seems like that's sort of it, so I think we're probably going to end up doing a loop and most likely end up back on the boat with a few drinks, some music, some chips, something for dinner, something easy.
Found them!
I've been looking for these for days, so I don't have to do much work and tread water. I just want to have a donut and lie in the sea and drink my beer.
This is you here.
So that was €8, which I'm sure is probably like quadruple the price that you're supposed to pay. But that's what you get with the small port. But that's me done. That's my shopping for the day, and I'll report back to you on how it goes probably in the next vlog.
Flotation situation.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh my god, it's so cold.
Wow.
It's so cold.
I know you're in the shadows right now, you're kind of in the sun here, but it looks like a swimming pool.
It does, eh?
Like clearer than a swimming pool.
Where's my drink? It looks a lot like, I've never been to Positano, but it feels like that kind of vibe, like lots of colourful buildings along a cliff face looking out over the water.